certain corporations to fund fossil fuels that are threats to our environment because it might affect their bottom line. But the bottom line is they are doing this because whether it's corporate greed, whether it's their shareholders that they say they have to do, they view science as the enemy, and they have invaded our political culture with dark money, with secret PACs, super PACs that affect the political culture. You know, in the Armed Services Committee, which I'm a member, every Congress there'll be a new briefing for members about what our existential threats are in this world. And every year I've been there, there have been three. There's been the threat of nuclear disaster and nuclear war, which is understandable. Science and research can make sure that nuclear research, nuclear proliferation occurs in a safer way in this world to protect us. A second is the threat of a pandemic. And I used to think this would be something that wouldn't be much of a threat until the COVID virus struck and we saw the effects of that. But as they cut funds for that today, in terms of research, in terms of mitigation, we are in a world now where Ebola is surfacing its head again in Africa, where malaria is coming forth in Africa, where measles are moving forward in Texas in the United States. And we need science there to protect us, to vaccinate, to research, to make sure we're safe and alive. You know, politics and politicians are using and distorting the truth. I can only think back just a few days for a really clear example of that. At the State of the Union speech that some of you might have heard with President Trump, he was inflating people's emotions, dividing us, and providing misinformation when he started talking about monies put to transgendering mice. Do you remember him saying that? And I think most of us know here that money was scientific money for transgenic research. Research that would cure asthma. Research that would help cure HIV. Research that would work to reduce breast cancer. That's what he was talking about. That's what it was, reality was, but politics distorted it to whip up an emotion against science and against our government. You see, what's happening right now with our government, we are the target. Our Constitution is the target. Our laws and statutes are the target, and they are being circumvented. They are being run over, and in the process, science is a collateral damage that's occurring. It's intended as a target, but it's much safer when it can be done in an illegal manner. I'll tell you right now, the Republicans control the White House, the Senate, and the House. There is no way they can't do anything they want to weed out any fraud, waste, and abuse. They have that power. It's unbridled. They choose not to. They circumvent that because that might result in having people have a say on just what's being cut. You're being shut out of the government process right now, and that's why we're here rallying, because they're not allowing people that are representing you, people that represent this country in the House and the Senate, they're not letting them in. They're shutting you out, and we are not going to be shut out. We are going to stand up and make sure that we defend our educational system, our rule of law, and our science. Science is not a divider. It is a unifier. Because in the last analysis, we all want to have clean water to drink. We all want to have clean air to breathe. We all want food that is safety and in supply. It's the great unifier. It brings us together. And we are not going to allow it to be disintegrated for political, selfish reasons that obviate the basic core and fundamentals of our democracy. So let's continue. Let's sustain this, and let's move forward. Children's eyes are in the balance. Thank you so much.